Hi, I'm Rob from HopZine.com. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review. This time looking at another beer from the Buxton Brewery, obviously in Buxton in England. And it's a bottle of their Russian Imperial Russian Stout. Tsar. Well, I mean, I'm not Russian. Tsar. It's the 9.5% ABV Imperial Russian Stout. I don't know about you, but I always say Russian Imperial Stout. Imperial Russian Stout. Horses for courses. Anyway, that's a good point. Jeff at Buxton, we need some glassware. I haven't used my Brewdog one. Anyway, Buxton deserves some glassware. Fantastic brewery. Anyway, I've had this once before, tasting with a group of friends. Glugs out of the glass, really nice and thick actually then. Ooh, I can smell it from here. Colour wise, super dark, pretty much black. Just give it a slight kind of agitation. It's leaving legs around the edge of the glass. You can see those kind of residual sugars kind of staying in there. The head, quite dark brown actually. I don't know if you can really see. You can kind of see the contrast. It's pretty dark for the head, really. Quite thin. Kind of looks like if you had kind of like a chocolatey espresso or something like that. Looks just like that. Anyway, let's have a sniff. Really complex nose. Really complex. Initially, I'm getting a really kind of heavy roasted malt quality, which is maybe a hint of kind of that sweetness of lactose in the background as well. There is a nice rich vanilla edge to it. Nicely kind of, maybe a bit of kind of burnt wood. Not ash. It's kind of like damp wood the day after a bonfire. Kind of charcoaly, I guess. Quite a lot of licorice. Good amount of kind of balsamic vinegar. A bit of really dark chocolate. But yeah, there's this kind of softness that you get in a milk stout. That's why I thought those lactose edges. And a good amount of kind of filter coffee, like super black filter coffee, not espresso, more of like a filter coffee. Anyway, let's have a taste. Lovely, lovely. Really opens up as well as that. Initially, it's very palatable to begin with, quite soft and gentle. Oh, it rolls on as well. It really rolls on. Initially, quite chocolatey. Once again, a dry coffee quality. Just now, maybe a bit of beef stock. And a bit of hops there. A bit of the bitterness of hops, more than hop flavour. And as it's kind of washing over, it's quite dry, sticky on the lips. And the back end, I'm getting a bit of hops again, and a really lasting, quite fragrant coffee. Really heavy roasted coffee, but it's still quite gentle. But it's got a lot of kind of those residual aromas happening. It's very easy drinking for 9.5%, which is worrying. It reminds me of an experience when I Demola make an Imperial Porter called Tsar Imperial or something like that. Weird name. It comes in a little nib bottle with a wax seal. It looks really cool. I drank that one Sunday night. I remember it vividly, and that reminds me of this. But this is a more drinkable version of that. It's not as heavy and alcoholic. This has none of the alcohol burn. Virtually none, actually. No kind of very, very, very little amount of kind of alcoholic presence in this beer. Good amount of body. Maybe it looked thicker than it feels in the mouth. I'd say it could do with a little bit more body, but I mean, it's not going to ruin it that much, to be honest. It's really, yeah, it's lovely. I think I've covered everything pretty concisely. It's got a real kind of nice depth of flavour, and I mean, I've covered that. Pardon me repeating myself. Anyway, it's a lovely beer. I mean, it really is. And as far as kind of Russian Imperial stouts that are brewed in this country, you think of, I guess, Thornbridge, St. Petersburg. You think of Durham Temptation. I mean, they're probably the two of the best Imperial stouts that are brewed in this country at the moment, and that's right up there with it. I mean, it really is. That's maybe a little bit better than one of them. I'm not going to say which. Don't upset anybody. But I think that's fantastic. That's a lovely, lovely stout. A really kind of pleasant flavour with a load of depth. A lovely traditional kind of Imperial stout aroma. It's a corker. It really is. I really like that. So yes, so that is Tsar from the Buxton Brewery in Buxton, England, and that's 9.5%. Please check these guys out online at www.buxtonbrewery.co.uk. Big thanks once again to Jeff at Buxton for sending all these beers. I'm a lucky guy, I mean, I'm getting sent beer to review by one of my favourite breweries in the country. I mean, top to bottom their range is fantastic. I mean, Wild Boar, awesome. Gold, Spar, fantastic kind of summer suppers. Mortop, a lovely full session ale with a ridiculous amount of hop flavour. Completely hopped, single hopped with Chinook. I always know Chinook as a single hop beer, but I mean, it's an absolute corker is that beer. I mean, take your pick. I mean, Zach's Edge is getting all the plaudits, but there's some absolute stars in that range of beer. I mean, Kinder Sunset's another winner, but for me, Wild Boar. I don't know if you saw my review with Simon from the Real Ale Guy. That really took me by surprise. I've had it on one time on cast before. Didn't leave me kind of begging for more, but the bottle really super impressed me. Anyway, it's bottle of Tsar from Buxton, Russian Imperial Russian Stout, not Russian Imperial Stout. Anyway, 9.5%, and it's an absolute winner. Another winner from Buxton. Anyway, I'm Rob from HopZine.com, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.